Apologize, first of all, that I'm super tired. Have had a couple late nights working on stuff and writing, and it's after midnight every night, and I'm just getting worn out. Anyway, I'm always at a point of exhaustion. Like, I'm always constantly yawning. But I recorded this. This is my second take. I recorded this, and about 10 minutes in, it was like incessant yawning. And I just sounded silly. So I just killed it and then deleted it. So pounding some calorie-free caffeine here. Anyway, first I want to give some acknowledgement to Heath. Heath, feel free to drop your link to your channel and stuff in the comments and say hi. Heath is my friend and co-worker for years. One of the best engineers that I know, and great guy. But he has started his own channel as well. And he was telling me yesterday, hey, your video quality on your phone is better than on your computer. And I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, on the phone you can see every single pore and everything, and it's super high res 4K. And my computer was only a 1080p webcam. So I realized I either need to spend the money and get a good 4K cam for my computer, a real camera instead of a little webcam, or a high def webcam, but ideally a real camera. And I don't have money for that. Or use my phone to record with at home, which isn't ideal, but I can do it. Or I just leave it like it is and just accept that they're different resolutions. And, one day I'll get better when I have more money, etc. But yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge Heath for pointing that out. He actually installed some cool apps that would let you use your Android phone as a webcam. So I might try that out at home. But he's a clever fella, Heath is. Here we go with a yawn. Hopefully it doesn't keep up, because last time it was just like constant yawning. Anyway, I did a webinar today for Arium. It was on cyber readiness. And one of the things that I harped on was MFA, multi-factor authentication. And I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Like, this is something we've been, for years, it's been like at least 6 years we've been harping on people. And I think it was 4 years ago, we basically came up with a policy that, when we set up new users, they're always going to have MFA enabled. And we went back through all of our older accounts and any global admin and everything we enabled MFA on. So the reason this is a problem is in the last week I've had 4 different incidents. Business email compromise, ransomware, banking trojans, credential theft viruses. All of these, the root cause was not having MFA on their email. Now, you should have your MFA on your email and your VPN. Why VPN? Same reason as email. If somebody has your creds or phishes your creds, they can log into your VPN if they don't have, if there's no MFA. So somebody can phish your creds with some cool little phishing portal or link, and then log into your corporate VPN and be you on the network. Which is another reason why nobody should ever have an administrative account. If you have an administrative account and that attacker logs in as you, they're an administrator now. Anyway, MFA still super important. There's no reason not to have MFA now. We've gotten a lot of pushbacks over the years from executives. They want it for the rest of their company, but they don't want it for them. That's silly, because the executive usually is targeted harder than the CEO, finance, etc., they're usually targeted harder than the rest of the company. So, super important to have MFA on everybody in your organization. And, for access through VPN, remote desktop, access to servers, really access to anything that is, has critical information in it, or gives somebody critical, power over a machine. So, like, Salesforce, things like that. You should have MFA. So why do we need MFA? Well, number one, it's really easy to steal your password. I can find your password on dark web breach sites. I can phish your password. I can bypass your password. I can guess your password. I can brute force your password. There's a lot of different reasons passwords suck. And passwordless technology exists, but it hasn't reached any adoption point yet. I think it will. I think that's really the best answer for all this, is implementing a passwordless solution. But getting the right one in there, and getting a solution in there is harder with clients now, because we're still getting them to MFA, let alone to passwordless. Whether passwordless is biometrics, face recognition and just lets you in, or YubiKey, so certificate-based authentication, whatever. But something to prove that you're you. But MFA is still needed, man. It's still real. And the fact that we're still so busy with incidents right now, and it's still around those same things, like, there should be a literal penalty now if you don't have MFA. So, that's just my only thought there, is everybody needs MFA. And, well, now that I'm driving into the sun, the shadow is crazy here. I'm going to let you all go, but thanks for listening to my rant about MFA. Still being super important until we all get to a point where we're passwordless. Thanks.